Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's continue verse 99. We have sent down to thee manifest signs, and none reject them but those who are perverse. Is it not the case that every time they make a covenant, some party among them throw it aside? Nay, most of them are faithless. And when there came to them a messenger from Allah confirming what was with them, a party of the people of the book threw away the book of Allah behind their backs, as if it had been something they did not know. This organized religion like the Pharisees, all these, they are so concerned about their livelihood as a priest, So when the prophet come to them confirming what was in their book, so they throw away as though, there is nothing new, or they are not the same, Because these people, they are afraid of losing their priesthood position, There are people who are like that, They followed what the evil ones gave out falsely against the power of Solomon. The blasphemers were not Solomon, but the evil ones, teaching man magic and such things as came down at Babylon to the angels Harut and Marut. So Harut and Marut was sent as a trial to those people at Babylon, But most of them, they do evil, That's why I told you, Allah will always test your faith. Keep on giving you trial. So COVID-19 is also a trial. But neither of these taught anyone such things without saying, we are only for that, so do not blaspheme. They learned from them the means to sow discord between man and wife, but they could not thus harm anyone except by Allah's permission, and they learn what harmed them, not what profited them. Instead of using magic make money, they do something else, And they knew that the buyers of magic would have no share in the happiness of the hereafter, and vile was the price for which they did sell their souls, if they but knew. If they had kept their faith and guarded themselves from evil, far better had been the reward from their Lord, if they but knew. O ye of faith, say not to the messenger words of ambiguous import, but words of respect, and hearken to him. To those without faith is a grievous punishment. It is never the wish of those without faith among the people of the book, nor of the pagans, that anything good should come down to you from your Lord, but Allah will choose for His special mercy whom He will, for Allah is Lord of grace abounding. None of our revelations do we abrogate or cause to be forgotten out, but we substitute something better or similar. Know you not that Allah had power over all things? You see, Allah clearly said, none of our revelation do we abrogate? Abrogate means replace, but or cause to be forgotten, but substitute something better or similar, So that's why the Christian claim that Muhammad plagiarized the Bible, No, it's not that. It's not plagiarized. It's Allah make a new edition, a better edition. No, know you not that to Allah belong the dominion of the heavens and the earth? And besides him ye have neither patron nor helper. So whoever seek the help of Jesus Christ or others, you will not receive anything, because Jesus is not your patron or your helper. Only Allah, the God, is the helper, the patron. Would you question your messenger as Moses was questioned of old? But whoever changed from faith to unbelief had strayed without doubt from the even way. So apostate, listen up. Do not become an apostate, because when you see all the Europeans are all Christians, all the whites are all Christians, so you think you want to be white Christian when in fact you are black, Do not see the race. The story about why the Europeans are all Christian was because in the old time, in the 3rd century, all the European nations were invaded by the Roman Catholic Church, and the Roman Catholic Church preaches Trinitarian type of Christianity, the falsehood Christianity, and they went on killing all the other nations that do not abide with their Trinitarian creed, Do you understand now why all the Europeans are now, why the white people are now Christian? Christianity was spreaded by the sword, because Vatican City was called Babylon the Great, as mentioned in Revelation 17:5, So let's come back to this one. Where am I? Quite a number of the people of the book wish they could turn you people back to infidelity after you have believed, from selfish envy after the truth had become manifest unto them. But forgive and overlook till Allah accomplish His purpose. For Allah had power over all things. And be steadfast in prayer and regular in charity, and whatever good ye send forth for your souls before you, ye shall find it with Allah, for Allah sees well all that you do. So, to the Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah, please stop saying your bloody nonsense that fasting without salah is worthless. Are you God? See, even God, Allah say every single good deed that you do will be counted. Okay, so you Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah are the hypocrite in religion. You don't believe in the Quran, but you want to believe in the Hadith. You want to believe in what the Imam say, but you don't want to believe what Allah had mentioned in the Quran, and you dare to pass judgment, using the hadith. Oh my God, what kind of heresy is that? And they say, none shall enter paradise unless he be a Jew or a Christian. Those are their vain desires. Say, produce your proof if ye are truthful. Nay, whoever submits his whole self to Allah and is a doer of good, He will get his reward with his Lord. On such shall be no fear, nor shall they grow. Now, Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah, listen up. This 112 say, whoever submit his whole self to Allah. Do you know that fasting is prescribed in the Quran? Can you find the word prescribed for your salah in the Quran? You cannot find, but you can only find in the hadith. Okay? That's why those who fast, even though they never salah, maybe they don't really salah 5 times a day, at least 1 time a day they still salah, You cannot say, you must pray 5 times a day, then your fasting can be counted. Who are you? Are you God? You are not God, You wake up your bloody idea. Okay? Because 80% of those Malaysian, they don't pray, But I think when it comes to fasting, they fast because they submit his whole self to Allah in terms of fasting. But maybe because Salah is a bit difficult for them because it is in the way of their daily life, And of course they will find excuse. But nevertheless, Allah is all forgiving, So you cannot say that fasting without Salah is worthless. Or the worst I came across, fasting without Salah is invalid, and then they quoted 2 hadiths. Come on, do you want to listen? Do you want to listen to Allah, or do you want to listen to those ambiguous imam, You don't know who wrote those hadiths, and yet you believe 100%. Are you a munafiq? Okay? You believe, but you don't really believe like Allah said, The Jews say, the Christians have not to stand upon, and the Christians say, the Jews have not to stand upon, yet they profess to study the same book, like unto their word is what those say who know not, but Allah will judge between them in their quarrel on the day of judgment. So, Christian pastors and the rabbi, you keep on quarreling among yourself when you have the same book. No, Christians do not have the same book, but Christians have the Old Testament, but I think their Old Testament also was corrupted. The Christian corrupt the Old Testament, because according to one rabbi, the Isaiah 9:6 of the Old Testament and the Isaiah 9:6 of the Old Testament in the Christian Bible, one number missing, That means they skip one number. Don't know which verse they had deleted, And who is more unjust than he who forbids that in places for the worship of Allah? Allah's name should be celebrated, whose zeal is in fact to ruin them. It was not fitting that such should themselves enter them, except in fear. For them there is nothing but disgrace in this world and in the world to come, and exceeding torment. So, people of the book, come back to the straight path, okay? Do not forbid people who want to worship Allah, To Allah belong the east and the west. See, to Allah belong the east and the west. Whithersoever you turn, there is the presence of Allah. So it doesn't matter where you want to pray, You don't need to face the Kaaba, because facing the Kaaba is not righteousness. Okay? Later I will show it to you. For Allah is all-pervading, all-knowing. They say Allah had begotten a son. Oh my God. Glory be to Him. Nay, to Him belongs all that is in the heavens and on earth. Everything renders worship to Him. To him is due the primal origin of the heavens and the earth. When he decreed a matter, he said to it, be, and it is, Because Allah created things at molecule level, at cellular level. And every cell has DNA. So Allah is a magician, master magician. He just said be, and everything run accordingly, Say those without knowledge, why speaks not Allah unto us? I hear this is the same message that I see in the forum, the Christian keep on asking, hey, why ya Allah keep quiet already? As though their Jesus is talking to them, They are a joke, I tell you. Or why come not unto us a sign? So said the people before them, words of similar import. Same, even now, they say the same thing. Their hearts are alike. We have indeed made clear the signs unto any people who hold firmly to faith in their hearts. Verily, we have sent thee in truth as a bearer of glad tidings and a warner. But of thee no question shall be asked of the companions of the blazing fire. So, those who are going into the blazing fire, Allah will not ask Muhammad, Muhammad, why that fellow go to hell? No, Allah will not ask Muhammad, okay? You go to the hell is because you choose to go to hell, Never will the Jews or the Christian be satisfied with thee unless you follow their form of religion. Say, the guardians of Allah, that is the only guidance. Were you to follow their desires after the knowledge which had reached thee, then would you find neither protector nor helper against Allah. This I remember one lady in the US. She was an apostate, I think from Palestine or from Saudi Arabia, I don't know. She ran away to the US, and then you know what she said? She said, on the judgment day, I'm going to sue Allah, not sue Allah, bring Allah to judgment. Oh my God. She said something that she doesn't know, Hey, I don't understand these people. She was an Egyptian, a black Egyptian, going into a white country, thinking that she is a white, by becoming Christian, Hey. Those to whom we have sent the book, study it as it should be studied. They are the ones that believe therein. Those who reject faith therein, the loss is their own. O children of Israel, call to mind the special favor which I bestowed upon you, and that I preferred you to all others for my message. That's why now you know why most of the prophets are Jewish, because Allah have a covenant with Jewish people, Then guard yourself against a day when one soul shall not avail another, nor shall compensation be accepted from her, nor shall intercession profit her, nor shall anyone be helped from outside. Why Allah use the feminine her, instead of him? Usually it's him. Because do you know that in hell, majority of the hell occupants, they are all female. You know why? First thing first, they never put on hijab. Remember, putting on hijab is a commandment, And then, poor thing, even some Muslim, the regular, the so-called, what they call it, moderate Muslim, they also do not put on the hijab, when the hijab is actually a commandment, You must cover your hair up to your bosom, It's a commandment from Allah, That's why most that go into hell, they are women. And the fact that Prophet Muhammad said in the end times, there will be more women compared to men. So in the end times, you will see the ratio of women is 50 to 1, 50 women to 1 man, In fact, now there are already more women than men, at least, I don't know, maybe 3 to 1, 5 to 1, or 10 to 1 already, And remember that Abraham was tried by his Lord with certain commands which he fulfilled. You see? So if you believe in God, you have to believe in God, but try not to be so pious. I cannot tell you this, because the more pious you are, the more trial Allah will give you, He said, I will make thee an imam to the nations. He pleaded, and also imams from my offspring. He answered, but my promise is not within the reach of evildoers. Remember, we made the house a place of assembly for men and a place of safety. And take ye the station of Abraham as a place of prayer. And we covenanted with Abraham and Ismael that they should sanctify my house for those who compass it round. My house, you see, the Kaaba is Allah's house, or use it as a retreat, or bow or prostrate themselves therein in prayer. And remember, Abraham said, my Lord, make this a city of peace, and feed its people with fruits such as them as believe in Allah and the last day. He said, yeah, and such as reject faith, for a while will I grant them their pleasure, but will soon drive them to the torment of fire and evil destination indeed. Okay, so those who sinners, you think you are not being punished on earth, never mind, Allah give you the pleasure. Enjoy first, you enjoy. Once you go to the hereafter, you are finished, And remember, Abraham and Ismael raised the foundations of the house with this prayer. You see, the Kaaba was built by Abraham and Ismael. Because Abraham left Hagar and Ismael at the Makkah, where you find the Zamzam well, Our Lord, accept this service from us, for you are the all-hearing, the all-knowing. Our Lord, make of us Muslims, bowing to thy will. See, now do you know what is the meaning of Muslim? The meaning of Muslim is someone who bow down to the will of God, just like Jesus. When Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, what did Jesus say? Jesus said, not my will, but your will be done. That means Jesus was a Muslim. That's the meaning of Muslim. Bowing down to the will of the Lord, And of our progeny, a people Muslim, bowing to thy will. You see, that is the meaning of Muslim. Muslim doesn't mean pray 5 times a day, fasting. Of course, that is 100% authentic Muslim. The word Muslim is bowing down to the will of God. That is the meaning of Muslim, That's why Adam was Muslim, even though in the Quran stated that Muhammad was the first Muslim. Yes, Muhammad was the first Arab Muslim. You see, Allah no need to say you are the first Arab Muslim. Allah knows you are Arab. Allah no need to say you are the first Arab Muslim. Allah need to say you are the first Muslim. That means bowing down to my will, That's why the Christian, if you don't know anything, if you don't know, do not say a lot of things. Don't be like a parrot, The parrot just repeat, but they don't understand what they are talking. And so as our place for the celebration of due rights. And turn unto us in mercy, for you are the oft returning most merciful. See, our Lord sent amongst them a messenger of their own, of their own, who shall rehearse thy signs to them and instruct them in scripture and wisdom, and sanctify them, for you are the exalted in might and wise. So Abraham actually praying that as he did build the Kaaba in Mecca, which is before that maybe there was no Arab yet, because Arab will come from the Kedar, from Ismail's son through Kedar. Then you get Arabs, So that's why Abraham prayed for Muhammad to come, at that country where Abraham set up the Kaaba, which was in Mecca, So Muhammad came. So Muhammad was the messenger, of an Arab tribe, okay? And who turns away from the religion of Abraham, but such as debase their souls with folly. Him we chose and rendered pure in this world, and he will be in the hereafter in the ranks of the righteous. Behold, his Lord said to him, bow thy will to me. He said, I bow my will to the Lord and cherisher of the universe. And this was the legacy that Abraham left to his sons. And so did Jacob. O my sons, Allah had chosen the faith for you. Then die not except in the faith of Islam. You see, even Jacob mentioned Islam. Okay, Islam is submission, submission to God in peace. Then Muslim means to bow down your will to God. Okay, so I stop here for the moment, to be continued, inshallah.